Namaste, learners. We are entering the third week on our course, Research Ethics. The research ethics is not just related to only academic writing. The research ethic is not just related to the experiment of research. The research ethics is not just related or limited to only some few areas. Something like conducting experiment with animal, conducting experiment very serious or dangerous concern, conducting experiment with a human being. All these are coming under the ethical consideration of research. Now we will be giving case studies also. So this week we are going to show you some of the ethical lapses has happened with some of the most eminent and very senior scientists across nations, and some of the example will be very surprised to you and that is going to be covered in the modules which is there going to be in this week. So in the history, the examples, the case studies where this kind of ethic is questioned in research will be introduced to you. Basically, this is related to either conducting research with animal, either conducting research with a human being. But our course focus majorly on academic publication, but you should not miss it out. And I would also like to highlight one point here. There are two other modules in this all MOOC course which is announced from this period. So I request you that you also register into that modules, because registration is open up to 15th of August. You also register into that modules, which is one is on academic publications, writing good publications. Then second one is like social ethical research concept. These two modules, if you read, from our course, we take you this as the reference course, because initial level, 1 month you can get the content which is covered in up to that. So you will be easily understanding the other aspect of ethical, which is in social science, which we will not touch in these modules. So let us come to this week module. This week module will be taken by Professor Uma Kanjilal. We have made it very, very brief because you told you need more time on practicals, some of the feedback. So I recorded this video clip only for this fact that what we are going to change, some changes will be there in the format so that it will come to you. So we are going to have almost research ethics foundation and history from a very well-known faculty, Professor Uma Kanjilal. She is working with IGNOU as a director and also work with a lot of e-learning modules of IGNOU. So she will be briefly giving you about research ethics, that from the research ethical consideration and some of the case studies and some of the very, very, very important aspects which is recorded in the history where ethic is being compromised. Followed by, I'm also requesting a faculty from Goa University, Dr. Gopakumar, to highlight on ethics in research publications. So there may be some facts which is covering in both faculty, but this is basically for the foundation, definition, history of which you are looking in the first week, which in the first week modules. So we are covering that here as an introduction part and foundation of research ethics. And I wish you a happy learning. Stay connected with us. And this week, general research ethics, theory only, no practicals. So you get more time, 2 weeks time for doing practicals, which is covered as the tool. Stay tuned with us, and I will introduce Dr. Professor Uma Kanjilal from IGNOU for the next session.
Hello. In the earlier video, you were introduced to the concept of research ethics and the historical development of the concept. In this video, we will look into the ethics in publication. Scientific publication, as you all know, is a team effort. It involves team of researchers publishing their articles, based on their research work, the reviewers of the article, and the publisher of the journal. Over the years, number of unethical practices have been found in the scientific publication practices. Sooner or later, these ethical violations get exposed. An example of such a case is the cloning fraud in 2005, in which South Korean researcher Woo Suk Hwang fabricated evidence that he had successfully cloned human embryos. The journal Science retracted 2 studies he had published. Innumerable such unethical practices have been exposed time and again, and once these are found out, the publishers generally withdraw the article and the authors get blacklisted. Research competency of individual researchers or academician is judged through their academic performance indicators. In short, the API scores, as is the case in India. API scores are based on the research activities, funds generated for research, and the quality of publications, and play a vital role in the recruitment and promotion policy of the research and academic institutions. Research competency is generally measured through the Science Citation Index, H-index, or the I-10 index. Journals like to publish papers that are going to be widely read and useful to the readers. Publishers prefer papers that report original and significant findings that are likely to be of interest to a broad spectrum of the readers. Papers that are well organized and well written with clear statements regarding how the findings relate to and advance the understanding or development of the subject. Papers that are concise and yet complete in their presentation of the findings. It is the responsibility of the authors while preparing and submitting the manuscripts for publication that the general rules or the guidelines of publications are followed. These are ensuring that the work is new and original research. All authors listed on manuscripts are aware of submission and agree with the content and support submission. Authors agree that the manuscripts can be examined by anonymous reviewers. They provide copies of related work submitted or published elsewhere. Obtain copyright permission if figures, tables, etc. need to be reproduced, and also include proper affiliation. Scientific misconduct means fabrication, falsification, plagiarism, or other practices that seriously deviate from those that are commonly accepted within the scientific community for proposing, conducting, or reporting research. Using the ideas or words of another person without giving appropriate credit refers to plagiarism as per the National Academic Press document. The verbatim copy or reuse of one's own research is self-plagiarism as per IEEE policy statement. Both types of plagiarism are considered unacceptable practices by most scientific publications. Ethical violations cover submitting, publishing the same paper to different journals without telling the editors. A collaborator of your intent to file patent in order to make sure that you are the sole inventor. Including a colleague as an author on a paper in return for a favor even though the colleague did not make a serious contribution to the paper. Trimming outliers from the data set without discussing your reason in the paper. Using an inappropriate statistical technique in order to enhance the significance of your research. Bypassing the peer review process and announcing your results or without giving peers adequate information to review your work. Conducting a review of the literature that fails to acknowledge the contributions of other people in the field or relevant prior work. Sabotaging someone's work. Making unauthorized copies of data, papers, or computer programs. Company that sponsors your research and not disclosing this financial interest. And deliberately overestimating the clinical significance of a new drug in order to obtain economic benefits. All these practices discussed here are highly unethical and even illegal in some cases. With this, we conclude the video on ethics in publication. In the next part, we will discuss general ethical principles that are followed in scientific publications.